What's up, how y'all doing? Today we're going to be reacting to why Fortnite is getting roasted even though it just started less than 2 days ago by Mr. Top 5 Gaming. Don't forget to subscribe as this is his video and I'm just reacting to it. Let's get right into it.
From the collabs to being called money hungry, let's start with its event. So Chapter 5 has been on a crazy run, you gotta admit, from a Titan hand breaking out of the ground to a pipeline explosion.
All I have to say is, all he's talking about right now in Chapter 5, I know none of it because I never played this season or the chapter, bro. Fortnite kinda died off for me specifically a while back, and I did not really touch Chapter 5 after the OG season left last year. Never came back.
Then a boss battle with Doom. The mini events have been crazy. So what did Epic have planned for the end of the Marvel season? Our introduction to OG Chapter 2, by far the most important of all, and this happened.
But I don't let them come to the crib, so we get it on what we got.
Yo.
The amount of money they paid for that advertisement with Ice Spice and Snoop Dogg in Times Square, it has to be a lot of money.
Why is the chat spamming L?
I mean, it's Epic Games.
That's right. Fans are calling this the biggest fumble of all time, showing in-game events as the definite favorite, and live streams a thing of the past. So I asked you guys, what is one thing you would change about the season? And I was overwhelmed with how much backlash Ice Spice had. She's not even out yet, and fans are saying she is ruining the OG chapter. I mean, you gotta remember, this isn't a festival pass or anything like that. Ice is getting her own POI and a mythic on the Chapter 2 map. She's taking over the beloved location, the Shark, and a lot of people are just calling it the Shark now. These are some of people's favorite POIs from Chapter 2.
It was my favorite, to be honest. You land in there, take the helicopter or the boat, depending on what you want, or you could take the bathroom. I remember this very well. You could go downstairs, take the bathroom, and then the bathroom would lead you out of the shark area into like a specific like camping spot outside the area.
And now they can't even experience the nostalgia of landing there again because there's a huge Ice Spice balloon sat on it.
True.
Here's another one. Did any of you buy an SUV skin lately? Maybe you copped a Cybertruck.
Wait, hold on. You can buy Cybertrucks in Fortnite now? What happened to this game?
Or a behemoth. In fact, one of
I knew we had cars, but I never expected to have. Okay.
those is still in the item shop right now, so I wouldn't blame you if you spent your money on it. Only to hop in game and realize you can't use them. There are no SUVs in Battle Royale right now, making.
So they made people buy them in Chapter 5, and then now that we've gone back into Chapter 2 when cars were not a thing, basically the skins are not going to work in that game mode. Okay.
Your purchase instantly less valuable, and fans are not happy about it. Now here's the devil's advocate. Others are saying it's just for a month I wouldn't worry that much. But that brings me to the other problem with Fortnite Remix. It's only a month. This has its pros and cons. Yet most of you guys keep telling me about how the Battle Pass has suffered because of the changes. Not only is it half the size of a regular pass, but XP is now synchronized across every mode, so you could grind out enough challenges to literally finish the Battle Pass in one single day. Now, would it be a problem
What?
for most people, especially because, it saves you money and time? What's there to complain about? I think the issue is there's still a whole month left and people have already done everything.
Okay, for people who are complaining about this one, I can kind of change how you think about this. Let me bring you guys closer, okay? So Fortnite is looking at people who play the game and people who don't play as much but they still want to finish the, and have fun. Because remember, people who finish this that quick, content creators or people who just play the game, they don't have anything like much going outside of the game, so it's much easier for them to be like, oh, I finished it, okay, cool, I finished the game. So I kind of see where Epic Games is coming with this.
The solution here is to add more stuff to grind for. Now, the Battle Pass only being 50 tiers is a big problem when you realize it still costs the same amount of money. Now, we get less V-Bucks in return for completing the pass and 50% less skins for the same 950 V-Bucks. We had the same issue last year during OG, but Fortnite seems to be putting their foot down and saying deal with it. Another one of their strangest decisions has everyone talking. Remember how they turned us into Lego minifigures and Fall Guys beans at absolutely zero cost, and then had to transform thousands of skins to make it work? Well, that was pretty cool, but now Fortnite is going through all that effort again for the weirdest new item, shoes. Yeah, we're getting sneakers in the game, and soon they're gonna drop original items like the shark slippers. These will work on 95% of skins by next year, and it could look ridiculous, but personally, I think it's an amazing way to create new skin combos.
You know what? Fortnite is the one game that has, apart from GTA 5, well, yeah, the one game that has everything in it. It's not a realistic game. So you can have 2K in it, golf in it, WWE wrestling, and no one will even think about questioning it because it works. Like shoes, adding shoes, that's an NBA thing, that's a GTA 5 thing, but it works because people will spend money, and that's why Fortnite will probably, and don't quote me 10 years from now, but Fortnite might never die. It has infinite possibilities as long as the company on the other end wants to collab with them. Fortnite will probably never ever die.
Issue is, fans are not impressed, saying they better not be more than 200 V-Bucks. And most importantly, it is another way to squeeze money.
If they bring like some exclusive shoes from Travis Scott, like how Gucci does it, or Louis Vuitton, where they send $2,000 on a pair of shoes, I would not be surprised if Fortnite does the same when they bring some exclusive shoes and they cost like 1,000 V-Bucks and people still buy it.
Out of us. Once again, I gotta be the devil's advocate here. Nike's on Kratos. Come on, it's gonna be hilarious. Now, I fully agree with this next point. There is basically no storyline in Fortnite Remix. The event was just a concert that didn't really explain anything, and our connection between this map and the last one, it's a total mystery. There is zero explanation for why we've traveled back in time, or why a bunch of rappers are here for no reason. Ghost and Shadow have been turned into concert security for rappers, so there's nothing to add to the story. And the agency, our central hub of plot, has been replaced with Snoop Dogg's studio. Epic have basically told storyline fans, you're gonna have to sit this one out and come back in Chapter 6 if you want this continuing. Now, I'll be fair and say they do have a few updates to give us something to latch onto, but right now this season is completely absent from the story, and
If it's only a 1 month thing, they should have taken Ice Spice, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg and just brought them into the Chapter 6 story and added them in there for fun, instead of messing with Chapter 2, because I think Chapter 2 was the peak of Fortnite where everybody was playing it because Chapter 1 just ended. Everyone's there for Chapter 2, but now they've changed it, so I don't know.
it's just a temporary break from the whole thing. Which brings me to how this theme has completely taken over OG2. For months, players were hyped to return to the Chapter 2 map in its full glory. Except it's just not how we remembered it. Now, I gotta put it out there, a lot of the island is exactly how we left it, but as the weeks go by, that nostalgia is gonna fade as rappers take over POIs one by one. Our favorite locations from the past, like the Agency, the Grotto, and the Shark, are becoming references to people like Eminem. Definitely a bold decision to make. At least when we had the first OG season, it really did feel like 2018 again. This feels like a collab season with Chapter 2.
The way it looks to me, because I came back and played it, I was there for the event, I'm not feeling that Chapter 2, oh, let me get home and play Fortnite, bro, you know what I mean? I'm not getting that.
In the background. Now, as for the Battle Pass, let's just say the lineup isn't exactly popular with fans. The first time around, we got classic mashups like Omega Rock and Spectra Knight, so when you hand people skins like Dynamo TNTina, it's just not hitting the same. Now, obviously, I'm just highlighting your guys' feedback about the season, but there are still plenty of things to love about Remix. Like the cars being back, from the pickup truck to taxis and sedans, even lowriders are loved by players. Yeah, so now let's get to the feedback part. There's nowhere to refuel them. There's only a handful of gas stations on the map, which makes sense considering cars didn't even exist during the OG Spy season. But come on, Epic, you can at least give us more gas cans or something. You know how I mentioned it's basically just the Spy season right now? Well, that's also one of your guys' biggest issues. Chapter 2 was one of the most iconic times to be a Fortnite player, experiencing alien weapons, the Cube season, bounty hunters in the desert. It was a blast. So
Bro, Kevin the Cube?
understand why you're frustrated. We aren't getting any of that back. At least we can experience Choppas again, except they removed it. Are you kidding me?
Bro, we only had 2 vehicles in Chapter 2, right? If I'm not wrong, we only had 2 vehicles in Chapter 2. The boat, because we had rivers in the game that were very important for traveling around, and the helicopter, which was kind of crazy at the time because people really hated it. But the fact that they've removed one of the main vehicles from Chapter 2.
So yeah, Fortnite is going to be releasing helicopters later this season, but we got an early chance to use one when a random Choppa appeared on the island. Everyone was dropping caddy to pick this up, excited to get in the sky again, when all of a sudden, Fortnite said no and removed it. We'll have to wait for now. But that's before we even acknowledge the fact no one can use skins either. Many players are suffering from a crazy glitch that bans them from equipping anything. The new locker design has just locked them out, leaving fans forced to wear skins from last season. Obviously, it's just a temporary bug that'll be fixed, but that hasn't stopped you guys from sharing your disappointment. Another thing people have been roasting is the Snoop's walk emote. If you don't know, you might just say this is a funny dance or something like that, but this is
Isn't this like a crip walk affiliated with gangs and stuff?
Crip walking. It's a gang dance that has a much deeper meaning than Snoop Dogg, and this has caused a massive response from fans. Most are shocked that Epic would add a move with such a crazy history behind it. Sometimes I want to get in the brain of an Epic developer and know why they make certain decisions, like how they made shields extremely hard to find in Remix. You guys weren't exaggerating when you said you have a better chance of finding a purple pump than a big pot, because it's true. It is insanely hard to come across minis or pots right now, and there's gotta be a reason. Now let's move on to movement. The moment Chapter 5 began, the biggest topic in the community was the new animations and slow speed, with people begging for a revert. We all remembered what happened. Epic heard us and started working to eventually bring it back to the speed we were used to. It made sense, and eventually
And then they broke it again. I'm guessing they broke it again when Chapter 2 came back because they're going back in time.
we all got used to it, but with us heading back to Chapter 2, some players were hoping to see it reverted for just one season to give us the OG experience. Instead, Epic kept the new animations, and I can see why. I mean, this is a remix after all. But when you go back to OG Islands, you realize how empty the landscape is. The problem with Chapter 2 is that between POIs is a huge open grassland with almost nothing in it. The whole thing is designed for building. So if you're playing zero build and leave any location, you're left out in the open. With special items like shield bubbles and porta bunkers removed, you only got the porta fort left to defend yourself with. Otherwise, you are in a death trap. That is not the only design mistake right now, because Reload just dropped its solo mode, and a lot of people are realizing it's pointless. Originally, Epic were working on making it so you gain your next reboot if you survive for a certain amount of time, before changing it to requiring an elim to reboot. Sounded great until the mode finally dropped, and now you just get 2 reboots, and that's it. There's no incentive to fight anyone or play aggressively, the whole point of the mode, leaving players disappointed. The main objective now is just camp and wait for endgame. Here's another strange choice to reload this update, because it also received one of the craziest mythics yet. Until now, the random ones you could find were just powerful guns like Sky's AR or Midas's drum gun, but now you'll drop in and find new ones like the Shockwave Hammer. Everyone's bouncing around the map and smashing players, something people
That was very fun when it came out.
aren't too happy with. Well, unless you're the one with the hammer. One of the more controversial things coming in Remix is the return of an old starter pack. Since they began in Chapter 1, these have been exclusive to each season. While Epic never said they wouldn't return, they've also never brought one back. Well, except for Rogue Agent, who only returned because of iOS. Since then, we've never seen these come back to the shop until now, because the Wave Breaker from Chapter 2 will now be sold as this season's starter pack. And so yeah, a lot of players are angry it's not exclusive anymore. Even if you don't care about it coming back, other people are disappointed this means there won't be a new one to pick up this time around. Another thing me and a lot of players are doing this season is picking up uncommon loot from vaults. You might have taken out Snoop, grabbed the key card, and opened up the door, only to be given a green pump. In fact, this loot was so bad, Epic were forced to change it after just one day, switching them out for better weapons. But some players still aren't happy that a rare chest doesn't even guarantee epic or legendary loot anymore. For anyone who has
Epic or legendary, bro, what happened to like the whole scars, bro? Like if you got a scar back in the day, people would, if you stole someone's scar, they would let you, like let's say you're knocked down and then you pick up their scar, they'll let you die just to get the scar back, then reboot you back, you know what I mean? Like it was very important, but now I don't even feel like there's a difference between gray and gold or even purple.
Emoted lately, you probably keep doing the wrong ones. This is because Fortnite suddenly changed the order of our emotes in the wheel, so the empty slot for built-in emotes is moved, and everything is in just a different order, which I gotta say, you did this to annoy us, Fortnite, come on, admit it. And the same thing happened with Shadow Meowtis. So he has an edit style that you need to complete the whole pass to get, letting you play as, well, Shadow Meowtis. Except
That's Midas. Why? Okay, Midas had it all, his own thing, you know what I mean? Like if you touch anything, bro, he goes gold. But now 2 people have it now. It's
Wearing
not
the ghost
it's not as important, you know what I mean?
clones. Those were your guys' biggest issues with Fortnite Remix. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, I'd also love to hear your opinion, or maybe we missed one. It's been Tommy, keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.
The only thing I disagree with, I probably have to say, is they should have just gone fully back in time, you know what I mean? Like, get that feeling of, bro, I'm playing Fortnite, it's 2020, having fun playing the game. With that being said, don't forget to go down and subscribe, because we're getting more reactions as to why Fortnite became famous. Peace, don't forget to subscribe.